Hey, just wanted to hop on before I started my workday and just first of all, thank you all for following me on this journey. It has been a great month. Carnivore has been wonderful. I've lost about 14 pounds, which is great, and I needed because I got sick, and then obviously the holidays happen, and I just let things still keto, but I let things get out of hand, and I did gain a little bit of weight back just because I was eating too much, way too much, and eating the wrong things. High in nuts and those kinds of things, which on occasion is fine, but I was not on occasion, and it wasn't great. So I let things get out of hand, especially because I wasn't doing anything, else to kind of compensate for how I was eating, and so it just kind of got a little out of hand. And so this month has been great to reset. I feel good. I forgot how good ketosis feels. It is great, and if you haven't tried it, you should do it. And because it is the mental clarity, the energy, the ability to get through the day without coffee or these sorts of things. It's significantly not to the degree that I was consuming before. Those kinds of things, like just feeling good, being able to go prolonged periods and feel satiated, which I haven't felt in a while. I had moved to a more um, high protein, moderate fat style, like an Emmerich style keto, and I found myself hungry all of the time, um, which is hard to sustain for a prolonged period. And I tried, and I had these periods of like tracking and not tracking, and it was a struggle. And of course, this is a struggle. It's hard. Otherwise, everyone would do it. Um, but you have to know your limits, and you have to figure out where those lines are for you. And I have found them, and I cannot continue to move that way. And that's why this month has been great. It's helped me push through that and reset. So now again in ketosis, like actively in ketosis, like I haven't been in a very long time. I know the value, and I know I'll be able to focus on what is what is stopping me from feeling this way. What are the foods that I eat that are, I haven't been tracking. I lost 14 pounds. I believe I've gained some muscle. I have a test at my gym coming up, and it's not like a DEXA scan or anything, but it is a scan of some kind to let me know kind of where my muscle and my, fat and all that is, and the percentages and what I have or haven't lost, and of which of those, which is good. And so my new gym membership allows for that once a month, and I think that's good to help me kind of keep track of things, make sure I'm building muscle and losing fat, and I think staying in ketosis will allow me to do that in a more efficient way. So that's great, and I have been enjoying the gym. Again, lost 14 pounds, but also building muscle in the gym. You can't complain about that. And I feel good, and I feel better than I have in a really long time. Because things are just, obviously still keto. That's my default. That's what's going to be my default. I like not having diabetes. That's really good. And I think people should also strive for that because it's possible. It really is. And you just have to not eat the things that, you know, are problematic. And that's hard to do. Don't get me wrong. I have tried all the things before. This just happens to be the one thing that works, and has worked for now 2 years. And I've been able to, yeah, I gained a little bit weight, but I was eating twice as much as I should have been eating. And I wasn't eating, the best, cleanest foods that I could have. And, you know, it's why that happened. But I think overall, this is feeling good. I'm going to continue in the ketovore space because that's what I find most sustainable. I find it a hard time to not mix in a little onion. I love me some onions. Some garlic, fresh. I love that. And so it helps sustain this lifestyle, and to me that's more important than getting a little little veg here, and I know how people feel about that, but or fruit or something like that, obviously low carb, that's just, I want to stay in ketosis. So I have to be mindful of that. But I think, a little allulose and some egg pudding isn't going to do anything. If that's bad. And it will help sustain me in this lifestyle. That Emmerich egg pudding is basically just eggs with a little milk of some kind, um, some sweetener, just cocoa. It's really simple. It's delicious. I can use it as ice cream. So those kinds of things are the kinds of things that are going to make this sustainable for me. So I find myself in kind of the ketovore zone. That's kind of where I'm going to stay. But I'm going to keep weighing myself. That has been helpful to figure out like what foods really are inflammatory, what foods do I have to watch out for. Obviously, dairy is one of those things. I did notice that there was a very high dairy day, and the scale was not nice to me the next day. So that just means, I got to watch it, and that's okay. It has to be occasional treats, unless, of course, low fat dairy, and I know how some people feel about that, but I do find like a Greek yogurt to be really helpful to make sauces or to mix in with certain things. It's an easy way to get some high protein without adding too much else. There are some carbs there, but dairy carbs I don't feel any type of way about. So obviously you still have to monitor them so that you stay in ketosis, which I am. So but that has been helpful to me to make like a Greek yogurt sauce and just add some seasoning to some Greek yogurt and make something taste different, and that is helpful to me. So those kinds of things I found to be helpful that to keep this going, and I am just really glad. I'm glad for all of you watching this, commenting, liking. It really does help keep me on track. And I really, really appreciate that. It has been a long 2 years. And yeah, I've lost a good amount of weight. I reversed my diabetes, and I feel really good about that. I still have a ways to go, and I'm not sure if it's pounds that I want to focus in on. I really just want to get strong. I want to see, muscles built in my body, and actually see them, obviously through the extra skin and all that. But that's kind of the nature of the beast. So, but I wanna feel strong. I want to get strong, and I want to continue to build my strength and my wellness. And I know because that's what keeps you alive and well for a long period of time, and that's what I want to move towards, because I deserve to be well, and I deserve to do that for myself, and so you do too. And I if you haven't tried it, do. If you didn't do Carnivore Month this January, try it. Do it for February. It's a shorter month. It'll be even easier. And even though it's a leap year, you still get an extra day, but that's still a few days less than January, so that's still something. But I just, again, want to thank you all for keeping with me on this journey, and keeping me accountable, because I appreciate that. And yeah, I look forward to sharing this with y'all. So I appreciate y'all, and thank you.